Has the stock of Allergan finally shaken off the blues? The big drug maker has seen its stock get pummeled for seems like it's ages. Shares tumbled from 250 in July down to 170s yesterday. Company recently did lose a major patent ruling on its second largest drug, Restasis, which had a very big gross margin. Allergan has a ton, though, of medical aesthetics products and a huge pipeline where the top 6 products could be worth $13 billion in peak sales. We've owned Allergan for my charitable trust for ages, but as members of the ActionAlertsPlus.com club know, it's been frustrating of late, to say the least. Fast forward to this morning, and Allergan finally reported a terrific quarter, 9-cent earnings beat off a $4.06 basis, higher than expected sales, up 11.4% year over year. CEO comes on the call, tells us that his stock is undervalued. The fundamentals are stronger than we think, and the future's brighter than many investors believe possible. With some Botox uses just now scratching the pay dirt, there are so many more uses for this drug. More important, for once, Wall Street actually seemed to take the call seriously, and the stock surged over $7 or 4%. So has Allergan stock begun to turn here, or should we be more cautious and not get our hopes up? Let's check in with Brent Saunders. He's the chairman and CEO of Allergan to get a better sense of the company, the quarter, and where it's headed. Mr. Saunders, welcome back to Mad Money. Good to see you, Brent.
Thanks for having me, Jim.
I usually don't talk about the stock as much as the company, but I find that there is a gulf between what this stock is doing and what the company's doing that may be the widest I've seen of any major company. Can you explain it?
I hope so, but I'm not sure I really can.
Okay.
Wall Street's a funny place sometimes. Look, the fundamentals of our business are incredibly strong. We have a base business, a fundamental business that's growing double digits with long, durable assets like Botox, like medical aesthetics, like some early CNS drugs, like some eye care products.
Nerve
right.
system.
So the issue was we had a few patent cliffs. Right. They're real, they're important, they're significant, but we will manage through them. It's part of being a biopharmaceutical company to have patent cliffs. We know how to do it. We've done it in the past. We'll do it. We'll get through it in the future. And so I think we've reset some expectations. We've been very transparent around the impact of these loss of exclusivities for these drugs that are coming up next year. And we will get through it. That's what you pay management for.
Well, what I thought was most important and maybe is causing people to recognize is you basically said, listen, 2019 without Restasis is going to be an up year from now.
That's right.
That was something that a lot of people were worried that you were going to say 2019 would be a down year. Right,
exactly. And that's because the base business is so strong, right? What comprises 70% of our revenue today is growing double digits. We have another 10% that's stable.
Right. And
the rest is going. This Restasis and a few other products are going to go off patent sometime in 2018, we think.
Right.
Once you get through that 70% that's growing double digits is now 85% or 90% of the company, and then the pipeline kicks in and all the new product cycle that comes with it.
We got to talk about the pipeline because the people who have been very negative on the stock, and there's a cohort, say that the pipeline is virtually valueless. I mean, we look at the sum of the parts. I did that analysis. I'm coming between 240 and 290 using the pipeline. The pipeline is real.
It's very real. We're spending $1.6 billion on it, so I hope it produces something. The reality is, I think we are getting no value. That's one of the disconnects with Wall Street. We have 6 programs that are in phase 3, right? Some of them are big. The biggest one in the first quarter that we'll hear about is our oral CGRPs, which is for migraine, very complementary to Botox migraine.
Important that it's oral because that means it's not a shot.
It's not a shot, and the other ones that are coming out are.
Right.
So this is differentiated, and we're the largest player in migraine today with Botox, growing double digits, and this complements that. We will get that data in the first half of the year, and that's a big pipeline update. We will get the approval of our uterine fibrate drug, hopefully next year, and then we'll get the data on our AMD drug at the end of the year.
Do you think that the gambit for one part of the patent challenge, the Mohawk tribe, made people feel that perhaps you were more desperate than you are?
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of misunderstanding on why we did it. It wasn't desperation, it was tenacity, right? I believe that the biopharmaceutical industry is grounded in one thing, and that's intellectual property protection. Right. That's why we invest billions of dollars coming up with cures and treatments, because we get a very short period that's protected by patents to sell those drugs. That's the carrot for investing and taking the risk in R&D.
Okay.
The flip side of that is I have a social contract that says when we are successful, we'll price it responsibly and we'll make them accessible to those people who can't afford them. And I think people got confused that says, because I believe in strong intellectual property, I don't believe in making medicines affordable and accessible.
And,
one has nothing to do with the other.
True, but that was the narrative.
That was the narrative. Look, we are tenacious. We believe in protecting our shareholders. We believe in protecting our employees, and we believe in protecting our medicines, which means our patients.
Okay, now, a lot of people watch advertisements, and they see Cool Sculpt, and they don't understand this is not a gimmick. The numbers are extraordinary for Cool Sculpt already.
Yes, over 5 million treatments. 5 million. So a lot of people have done this. User satisfaction is off the charts. It works exactly as it's described in the label. User satisfaction among physicians and practitioners is sky high. So high growth, exceeding our expectations, doing incredibly well, and great technology.
Okay, last question. I happen to have the privilege of seeing the iPhone 10 yesterday. The resolution, the portrait resolution, it's extremely high def. It's not just high def. I have to believe, Brent, that when people get this phone, and it's going to be a super cycle, billions will be sold, whether it be in China, whether it be in India, whether it be in the United States, that this will actually be causal for Botox. It's causal for Estee Lauder. That's one of the reasons why the numbers were so great. Is that a legitimate thesis?
I think it's certainly a strong contributor. Look, the selfie generation, you've said this before, absolutely causing people to really take notice of their appearance and looks. Right. That's a global phenomenon. We were up 60% in China, for example. I'm looking forward to the iPhone 10. I'm getting it next week, and then I may be going to get Botox right afterwards.
Well, I think you have to. I looked at I said, no, I'm a lost cause. I just need spray paint. I like a car, like PPG spray paint. All right, that's Brent Saunders. He's chairman, president, and CEO of Allergan. And yes, I think the stock turned today with that reversal from down 5 to +8. He knows the drugs. I know the stock. Stick with Cramer. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.